Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Hello, everyone, and greetings to the replay crew. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I don't know if you're still in here or not. I think the one person showing up is probably just me right now, making sure you can hear and see me. So I'll wait a couple of minutes because I have an interesting thing that just happened to me not but more than 10 minutes ago. It was my excitement for the day. Okay, no, my excitement for the day will also be when I get my groceries delivered at about 4 o'clock. So, yeah, I'll see if anybody else. I'm going to get me off of here so I know. I don't think I get. Hey, Jaden. I don't know if I get credit watching my own. I doubt it. Probably not. But yeah, I'll wait a couple more minutes and then tell y'all what happened. It is. Hey, Sandy. It is muggy because I didn't get to open my windows again last night. I had them open for the evening, and right before bed, about midnight, the smoke started rolling back in. So I just shut them all up again. So my nose is just from the smoke. I was outside. I had to go to the post office. And then I had to go rescue a dragonfly. Of all things, I'd have to rescue before I go live. So let's see if I can turn this thing off. No, will it shut off? Come on. Yes, should shut off, I think. So, yeah, I got to rescue a dragonfly in my garage, and it was huge. The little wingspan was about this wide. I know still it just from being outside, not to mention the cats. But it was in my garage window, and it didn't do me any good to open my window because I got screen on it. Oh, that's nice. We're supposed to get a break next week, like in the 80s, lower 80s. So that'll be really nice. I'm getting out of the smoke and the heat tomorrow. I'm taking another trip up to Rainier. So the baby quits looking up the wall and says, I want to go to Big Mountain. But yeah, I had to catch, well, I didn't really caught it kind of, but it's really hard to explain. So it was in my window and I pulled up the blinds, but I didn't want to squish it. So I'm slowly pulling it up, and then you could see it. It had its little feet. I almost said paws up in the windowsill itself, so it wasn't in the blind. But I was trying to get it out. I've got I have a brace I need to put for my laundry room shelves where I store all my extra food, and I haven't gotten it up there yet because I haven't had the time to clean off the shelves, so I can put them up. And I couldn't get it to come out. It wouldn't come out. It just would flap its wings and then just go back to where it was. So I was looking for a stick. I was looking for a small stick that I could get in there that would work just right because it's a tall window. And I turned around, and right beside me, hanging up on the garage wall, are the weenie roasters. We have 2 for the fire pit right there. We don't have to go dig into camping stuff. And I thought, okay, well, I can get each tong, one on each side, and kind of scoosh it down a little. And I got it to get out from underneath the blind. So I thought, well, okay, I'll open the door. It'll see the brighter light. It'll want to go out that way. And it just kind of hung out there. So I get it, and I kind of scoot the little tongs, and it grabs onto the tongs, one of them, one side of the little. And I very slowly took it out because I've got in front of the window, we have a potting bench that hubby made. And it's actually kind of cool because it's from an old Boeing pallet. So it's got the Boeing stamped right into it. And so I just slowly went, and I was able to take it outside, and it stood there and hung on to that thing for a little while before he realized, hey, I'm outside. I am really outside. And then it just took off and flew around the yard for a while and then was gone. And hubby's like, did you get any pictures? And I'm like, no, because my phone's on the couch. All I went to the garage was a soda, and it was there. Yeah, it was a very happy dragonfly. I just wished I would have got a picture. Where did I put him? Somewhere I found a dead dragonfly, and I took its wings and I was gonna put it in some resin. I don't remember where I put them. I put them in a safe spot because they're fragile. I don't remember where they are. But yeah, it was so cool because what are the odds it's gonna cling on to the hot dog roaster? I mean, I thought it was pretty neat. And figured I'd just save my Temu unboxing for now. It gives me something to talk about. I mean, I wish I had my camera, but it's better that it's free and didn't die in my window. Cook, because it's a south-facing window, so it would have cooked. So let me see what I got. I got 3 packages. That's one thing I think this channel is going to turn into is how much shit can she buy on Temu? I have to buy frames for the other. Just got my box knife. Open it up. And I think somehow I ended up with another cape. And this is not it. Goes into the bag the other day that's still up here that I opened and saving garbage. A dip powder set. Never tried it. I don't know. This comes way better than one I got from Amazon. That's chrome. That thing was a disaster. Oh, cool. Oh, hello. So it comes in. There's a brush too. These colors. Of course, you get a little file, cuticle pusher. So I guess this. So you got the powder base. I don't have my glasses on. Powder base, powder activator, and powder gel top. We'll see how it works. It's one nice thing is I don't have to stick my whole finger in it since I'm using the brush. Since I use, full cover artificials, give it a try. Of course, I'm definitely fascinated by this purplish one and this brighter pink one. So we'll see what they come out to. I need to change these anyway. I need to change these nails out anyway. One of them got chipped, so I had to go and break out the machine and file it down. Now see if I get this back into the box the way I had it the first time. Probably not. Oh, I hate that sound. Oh. Okay. Come here, brush. Let's get you back in here. There's no direction, so fine brush. stuff you in there whether you like it or not. They're not any directions, so I'm going to have to look them up because I've never done powder. So there's that. I ordered some beads. Let's see what they look like. It was one of those, you have so much, credit or whatever. So $70 later. But these are beads. Granddaughter, this is what I'm thinking it is. Oh, this is not what I'm thinking it is, and it is not from Temu. Mary would appreciate this. It's a crochet kit for beginners. But what caught my eye more than anything, you got your needle, you've got weird plastic safety pins. Don't know what they're for. And of course, then you got your hook. I have a hook. I have several hooks. But I thought I was supposed to have, and I'm not seeing it. It came with was supposed to come with like a little ring that held your. Okay, all right. It gave me a pattern to use, but I was supposed to have a ring that you can hook and hold on to your string, your yarn. So unless it's it is at the bottom of the bag. I figured I'd just shove it in the box with everything else. But, that bag, check it. It's supposed to do. Okay, I don't know if I can get it open with these nails. I just have to. Come on, you're not going to cooperate. Can't cut when you use the side doesn't cut. Just an FYI. Only that side does. No wonder why I couldn't get into it. I was like, why can't I just slice into this? I fried my brains in the sunlight this morning. Hubby's finishing mowing lawn. I think this was meant to be a peacock. But it's still cool because then you can still, you can weave your yarn through there and kind of hold on to it. So I think it goes. I think I have to wear it the other way. But yeah, you just hook it onto it. You're not sitting there trying to hold on to it and letting your hands cramp. So that's cool. I'm just going to put it in the box with all the instructions, and I'm just going to put it in there. And this, I figured it'd come in this box, but it came separate, but that's where it's going. So I can have them all together. I'll give it a try. Yeah, it's neat. Where did I see this on? My luck, probably. It's either something Facebook or TikTok. I think it was Facebook. So that was cool. I was not expecting that today. So, I guess, okay. I don't know if you can see it, but what's hanging from the rearview mirror? I think that's what it's supposed to make. So, it's like a little hanging plant. That's why the stuffing's there. I swear to God, more air gets through here than it would have blonde. If I was blonde. That needs to be marked off and put over there. Yep, the stuffing. That's what the stuffing's for. That's what it's for. That makes sense. What was the other one I got? This one. What do you call it? A lampshade's coming in today. I bought one, see if I like it. Because the lampshades I have on my lamps now don't fit. I didn't know there were lampshade coordinates. I just bought them a couple years ago from Walmart, and because they're either tree branches or antlers, one of the two. I can't think what they are, but they're supposed to look like leather. Well, it's too small. So I don't know. This one has like what's kind of like tree branches or whatnot, and the light bulbs I have drives hubby bananas. They flicker. They look like candlelight, and the granddaughter thinks they're fabulous because she can touch them without burning herself. So, yeah. Oh. Me and my clothes. That's that same material the other one was made out of, kind of polyester feeling. Darn it, I was hoping this was actual lace. But, there's the top. Okay. It would have been really cool if this was actual lace. But it would have been neat if it was really lace, but still, I mean, it's soft. I'm going to put it through the wash and soften it again, but it's not bad. It's going to be warm. It's definitely not at this time of year. Wear something like this on Halloween. Yeah. So I really got to work on this room. There's so many other things I got to get done. There you go into the bag, throw away, and you go into the bag to throw away. I have a habit of wearing a lot of black. Oh, thanks, Sandy. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I wish it would have really been lace, but for $12, yeah. Finally wear it once or twice and then donate it. Ooh. So, which way does it go? Oh, it's the plasticky like material. Gonna have. It almost smells like caca. It's definitely gonna have to be run through the some fabric softener and some rinse and some sanitizer and where am I at? Oh, okay. It took me a second to figure it out. It's kind of like a lacy thing that smells, it's like a nice little cover up. I just cannot get it caught in that ring. Oh God, I'm putting that one by the door so I can run it through actually I'm putting both by the door so I know to run them through fabric softener, some sanitizer, and yeah. So I gotta turn that air conditioner back on. It's either come on. Hello. There we go, I think. So, yeah, I think I'll get more use out of that shawl looking thing than I will anything else. So. Ah, I love these things. Instead of pinning stuff, let's see if they're anything like my ones I got from Amazon. Oh, yeah. Oh, come here. Yeah. They're exactly the same as what I got from Amazon. Amazon, Temu. And they break. These things break really easy. But you can use them instead of pins. I like them so much better. Because then you don't have that stray pin as you're running your hand down thinking you got them all out and you just stab yourself. And I like these. I guess I could have put the one I took out of the container into the new box, but these things are great. I got, where are they? I can't see one right now. But I got some years ago. I don't think I have them. They're all put away. But they were at Fred Meyer's, and they were called umbrella clips. And evidently, yeah, I guess you could clip your lights to your outdoor umbrella and have light. But yeah, but I think these would be too small. But the umbrella clips I would use for, and they only had them one season at Fred Meyer's, and I think I bought almost all but like 2 boxes. Making no-sew blankets because they're big and thick. But yeah, living out here, we really can't have, unless it's you're really secluded, tucked in tight. You can't have it like a umbrella for your patio or one of those rocking chair things with a cover over it, because out here it just becomes a large kite. We have a lot of wind out here, so it just becomes a very large kite. So, Samantha just started shopping, and because I do my Fred Meyer's gets to do my click list. Okay. That's what the beads are. Okay. It made it look like I was getting a selection of beads in a box. Yeah. Oh, the Kroger's bought out Freddy, so it's basically whatever. If you got a Kroger store or whatever, they have a whole bunch of stores. And if they end up being allowed to buy, what was it? Say the Safeway and Albertsons group, they'll have a monopoly on grocery stores. Yeah, the way I understood this was going to be a box of beads. Yeah. Hey, suspicious. Going over the strange stuff that Temu does. Well, I can put this into a bracelet some of this into a bracelet for the 3-year-old with some elastic string, and she can play with it. I mean, they're kind of pretty. Or they'll make her one necklace, one or the other. But yeah. And then I think dumbass me somehow ended up clicking on the daycare kids are going to have lovely things to play with. Definitely Halloween quality. That first one that I got last week, it's kind of satiny. Definitely the daycare kids will be playing with this because it's tall enough for them. But yeah, or it'll go into the Goodwill bag. You know, spend more on shipping and handling. Oh, here we go. The all right, there's an opening in here somewhere. I could wear something like this. I can't with that. With the like it doesn't tell anybody who I am. I think the eyes give away. Hi, Izzo. So far, so good. So far, so good. Just doing a Temu unboxing of some weird shit I got. Definitely nothing anybody needs to run out and get. They only like, the daycare kids will play with 2 of the capes, and one of them I may keep just to have. But I'm not sure what to do with this. Yeah. It's not me. No. But yeah, that goes in the pile of live and learn. So got 2 halfway decent things and some little beads and some clips I can play with. But does your name used to be Jose, or was it Juan? I don't remember. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these yet. But so anybody have any exciting weekend news? Yeah, I know, suspicious. I mean, I had one guy on one of my YouTube's shorts go, how do you tell a person you're ugly without telling them you're ugly? Asking for a friend. And you got these weirdos that just, think they can insult somebody just, and, because, well, they have nothing else better to do in their lives. And, and some people will affect and some people it will. And, and some people it won't. You Gen X's, we don't give a shit. I type back, because the more you have interactions on a comment section, the more the algorithm likes it. So, sweet. I'm going to be sitting at the phone at 7 o'clock. As soon as my 7 p.m. timer goes off, I'm going to be booking tickets into Sunrise for tomorrow. And so I answered back. I said, I don't know. I'm not ugly. And no answer back. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah. It's amazing how much teachers, and I don't know if they still get that allowance anymore or not, but we used to get on our taxes a $250 tax break, I think, or something like that. Having to supply your classroom with your own supplies. Oh, I know, Sandy. I just picture this sad, pathetic person with Cheeto dust all over and empty wrappers, Mountain Dew cans. Nothing else better to do. It's like, yeah, I know, and a lot of people don't, corrects me up, who don't realize that my shorts are memes that I find. I sit there on Telegram and I scroll through memes and I meme farm for a good portion of the day. And yeah, they are. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are just there for the paycheck and don't give 2 shits about the student. After working 9 years in education. What was it? that one joke about, it used to be, it used to be so nice when someone would look at you and go, when you were younger, oh my, look how much you've grown. And I said, now not so much. And I get a comment like, well, how'd it go? Something along the line of, well, whose fault is that? And so I write back, and I never did. Yeah, I heard that somewhere as a description. And so I wrote back, you know, said, wow, you must be a lot of fun at parties. Nothing back. No. So, yeah, they all thinking, oh, well, you get something, or maybe I can get attention from, some other person. Maybe they'll talk to me if I insult me. That's not how life works, people. You can't insult somebody and expect them to turn around, either be nice to you or feel sad. And I'm betting most of them want you to feel bad about yourself or sad that you bring yourself down to their emotional level. And that ain't gonna happen with me. You know, I may have been, uh, I may have been mother's punching bag, and the one thing she did teach me is, you got to be strong. You got to be confident. Yeah. So yeah, they have nothing better to do. No. I mean, Jesus, I got some weeds if they really want to do something out in the back of my garden area, which is a disaster. I never got anything planted, nothing this year. So the little granddaughter's not going to look in the garage come fall and, ask for the tomatoes that are hanging from the ceiling. So, yeah. Yeah, my dad was a teacher till the late 60s, and he said the parents were the problem, not the kids. My mother was a teacher till she retired. She was a nurse first, and then in mid late 70s, I think she became a teacher, and then retired as a teacher. Yeah, I had a student, and when he got here, he didn't speak a lick of English. God, I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. Well, I was part of his aspirations to become a teacher, because I gave two shits about the kids. Yeah. And he said he's leaving. He's leaving. He became a math teacher, and he says, I can't stick around. He goes, I can't teach anymore. They have our curriculum so set out, and it's not teaching. Yeah. Oh God, exactly. That long-haired kid. I know exactly what you're talking about, and he is 100% right. Yeah. They don't. And it's called busy work. They hand you a packet, it's called busy work. And at the end of especially, I mean, I was the parent that it was just like, well, he got an F, he got an F. He didn't earn anything higher, and I'm not gonna, say he has to have a higher grade. So no. And of course, my youngest didn't do high school, didn't do junior high. We did online school, and he really loved that till the place went bankrupt, and so he didn't have any of his credit. So they're like, well, go to another online school, and they're like, well, you'll just have to start from the beginning. And he's like, screw that. So he passed his GED with flying colors, and so he's an aerospace machinist now. Yeah, I can't. It's like yeah. Hey, Alfonso, how are you? Yeah, my boys, we coached AAU basketball for both of them, and the older team was better. They won a few. The younger one's team, I named them the Highland Hornets, because they all buzzed around the ball and didn't do hardly any. There was nobody out there for a pass or a layup or anything, or looking to rebound. No, they all just buzzed around the ball. So that's awesome, Alfonso. I graduated in '84. So, yeah, when we didn't have participation trophies. Now, the boys, I'd let them know ahead of time before the ball game started. If you don't win, I'm going to go home and make you pity pancakes. And they had some pancakes. Probably more than they wanted to. But, yeah. Yes, they do. They very much do. And not just in a disciplinary manner. Well, at least when I was younger, I was taught it goes into your job search too. So my grades I skated by with a C level. I didn't do the daily work, but I aced the test. So if I already know this, why do I need to do the daily work? So, yeah. I got my AA. It took several years. Let's see. 86? No, it was longer than that. 88. I got my AA in 88 because I was all but 2 classes away at one college where I was going for my AA. But since I had to transfer to Yakima, well, if you're a transfer student, they require you then to make 24 extra credits you had to gain. Well, shit. Oh, no, that ain't going to make a difference if he's got good grades or not. He can still be a complete dick. Yeah. I was the strange one in school. Imagine that. No. There was a time there, what I wore most often was a white turtleneck. Since I'm so short, the middle of my calf, long wool coat, driving gloves. Now, there's a period I wore a fedora to school every day. Like my senior year, I spent a lot of time in cowboy boots. Yeah. Yeah, I was good, but I was pretty good in the younger grades, except my report card always said, nice student, talks too much. I had haired my ass back in the days when I had hair. And the teacher, my 5th grade teacher, because I was constantly brushing my hair, started calling me Miss America. So, yeah. Wish I knew I had the genetic history for losing my hair before I lost it, to know that I could have maybe done something about it. I didn't take the clue when I saw my birth mother about 30 years ago that, well, her hair's thin. I didn't know you got your hair from your mother. So, well, so he skips class, just like every other kid does. They complain he's not going to school, but they tell him he can't go to school for 10 days, as if that's going to hurt the kid. No. Oh, yeah. High school, I was just the weird one, And I had a pin, and I would love to find another one I wore on my jacket, and it said, "Why be normal?" I wasn't normal. Evidently, according to one of my classmates that I had, who had his locker next to mine, I forget what year that was, that I was intimidating. I was like, "What the hell? I'm 5'4". You were over 6. He still is over 6 feet tall. I'm like, how in the hell am I intimidating? He goes, you were pretty, you were smart, and you were confident. I'm like, what? Evidently, people saw something that I didn't see. I saw a girl who kind of left school and went straight to her room, came out to eat, and then went back to her room. Watched TV on a black and white little TV from Kmart. So, oh man, that's hilarious. God, you got hot Lower Valley and Lower Yakima Valley. The only time we were allowed to wear shorts was the last day of school. Long pants for the rest of the time. Yeah. We had me and another girl, evidently, we had sex ed. And you could opt out of it if you want to. Well, I'm like, I don't need to fucking sit in there. So me and her opted out of it and got a PE credit. And we said, well, we're just going to, practice for track. Well, you guys have this class. And for that period of the day, we're running all over our town. Just goofing off, doing nothing. So it's like my home ec, which I really wish kids would still get home ec. And FFA, stuff like that. I think FFA is still going though. Last class of the day, she went to church with mother, another teacher. I was, at that point in time, I was a junior Miss Princess. So sometimes we would have to go do ribbon cuttings at places that opened and stuff, and we would have to leave school for it. Well, out of my, they call it the quarter, 1/4. It was last class, last quarter of the year. I missed 45 days. And she still gave me a B because I would just say I got a junior miss thing to go to. And since I was a block and a half from school, I'd just walk home. I'd just go home. So, oh, Jesus. Never been suspended, but I have had hacks. Oh, yeah. In the generation, we got our ass beat at school and at home. So, what the heck was it? Oh, goody. My has checked out. Goody, I get my cat food. So that'll be nice. She's checked out, and I have to get my purse out of my car. But yeah, I would take. That's awesome. That's good that it counted as a communications credit. I mean, because speech is communication. I mean, you have to learn how to present the way you speak and talk, and uh, um, I got out of what was it? We had to take a half a year of PE our sophomore year. We had to take a full year our freshman year, but I was able to get out of my half a year of PE because I took dance class. So yeah, and because I took dance class, I got the credits for that PE class, even though I didn't go. So I actually got out of school with more credits than you could typically acquire. I also took night class for French, parlez-vous français. I don't remember anything, and I could never conjugate a French verb to save my life. But oh, the Running Start program. Yeah, I wish they had that. We didn't. My generation, it was just, of course, my generation was $75 a credit. when you went to college. So it wasn't like you're in debt for the rest of your life. But that's awesome. What did I have? I don't remember my grade point average other than it was a C. If anybody tells, that's what it gets me is people are like, well, I'm still trying to figure out the white privilege. Because if I would have put down I was white with a C average, I'd never would have got into a university. But I put down I'm, legally, I'm part Mexican. Genetically, I'm Native American. But I didn't know the genetic part. So just put down that I'm, part Mexican. And I got into University of, Eastern Washington University. So, yeah. That's if they could see you struggling with PE, I think they were just being mean, not accepting your adaptive PE. I mean, I worked 9 years in resource as a TA. So yeah, I think it's wrong that they didn't accept it. A lot of that though comes down to money. The FTEs. They say you can't miss so many days of school. Or they frown on it and yada yada yada. It's like, really, people? No, you guys are basing your budget on what a kid comes to school, not his learning. You're basing your budget on that because the daycare kids, at least once a year, they skip a Friday and go with me to the cabin, and they get to play in the woods. They get to go by the river. They get to do things that you're not going to get just sitting in class. One of my students, he was in there for reading. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. The only thing is I tell the kids, I said, if you sit there and you focus too much on, well, this feelings or these emotions, sometimes the facts will need to come first, because what you felt now, you probably won't feel the same 10 years ago. But the facts now and the facts then are still going to be the same. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks. Some things suck and it feels bad. But down the road, you may look back and go, oh, yeah, that wasn't bad at all. But yet I pitched a fit. So, I never, there's some kids. Oh, that's just more social services money they're getting there. I mean, because before 1800s, class was what, 2-3 hours a day, because you had to go home and you had chores. You had things you had to get done at the farm, at home. But as the more factories came in with the Industrial Revolution, the longer school became. And it became really evident. Oh, good Lord. I had a kid who came to class, not a lot of money. Him and his brother shared clothes. And he came to school and realized he had his brother's knife in his pocket. So he gives it to me. I put it in my desk. After school, I find him. I give it back to him, and he goes home. Never a problem with it. But they would have had him in juvie if it was nowadays. But I have a student. He's wonderful. He's such a good guy. because my resource, it was resource with developmentally issues, or we also had behavior issues. So we had the whole broad spectrum. This one had a little struggle with reading. That's all. He got a job at a local store, and after he got out of high school, and he was so tickled and so proud. For the first couple of years, when I'd run into him at the store, I'd get a hug. So, and now he's been with this store. Good God, I'm saying at least maybe 15 years. And he's just happy as can be. He's doing well. He's doing good. I mean, it just cracks me up when I see my students because they look at me. Now, some of them I'm looking at and going, is that your kid? How old? You're making me feel old. When I see the kids I taught have their own kids, I'm like, wait a minute. You know? But I've got a card somewhere of some little girl who said the reason she wanted to be a teacher. I actually took the time, even though she was only here for a small moment, another like your guys's, just the facts, man. Like Alfonso, who got moved from place to place, I actually took the time to treat her as a human being. Yeah. Give her a little extra attention because, some kids need it, some kids don't, because everybody learns differently, and I can watch someone do it and learn how to do it, but just stick the instructions in front of me and I'm gone. I'm like going, yeah, no. I have which is weird. I have a hard time visualizing how the instructions are going, but I can read a book and I can see the world I'm reading. So. Never would have thought about a syringe needle for a phonograph. My oldest, the one who did high school, his principal came up to him and his friend. I think they were seniors, or maybe juniors at this time. Yeah, I do too. I feel bad. Asked him what alcohol goes best with Red Bull. I'm like, well, really, Greg? Okay. And then their senior year, Greg's like, they were supposed to have a community service, so many hours of community service they're supposed to do. Well, my oldest had his grades. He had everything he was supposed to have, his portfolio, except he hadn't done his community service. And Greg's like, I'm making a spot specially for you because I don't want you back next year. And so he TA'd after school for a couple hours. But oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. I don't know if I still have a 75 or not. I got a 45 and a 33 and an old Motorola cabinet with the record player and the AM FM stereo. And then what it does is you flip it up and it's all right there. And right now it just holds a TV on top of it. But yeah, I saw something. Yep, they're the 33s. About why Gen X is so angry, because we're the generation that bought our stuff in 33s. I got a record collection in 33s, and then had to rebuy that collection in cassettes, and then rebuy that collection in DVDs, and then rebuy that collection on MP3s, MP4s, your Apple Music. And then finally, you just have to have a subscription to listen to your music. I'm like, yep. Yeah, I think I have the heavy metal soundtrack. I had it on album, cassette, CD. I got it on my Apple iTunes, and now I've got it on my Tidal, which my son pays for $25 a month for Tidal. So yeah, I have a cylindrical record in a box somewhere. I got it at an antique store. My stepmom, of the things to sell at a yard sale, she sold the Victrola. I was like, really? You sold it? Great. Yeah. Yeah. And now they're selling vinyl again. I personally, and maybe it's just my generation, find that vinyl is the only true sound you're really going to get. But yeah, when I was younger, it was like, oh, goody, you look under the Christmas tree and you've got something this big and this big and this thin, and you're going, oh, that's cool. That's neat. I know I'm getting a record, but I just don't know which one. And back then it was either Leif Garrett or Sean Cassidy. That is awesome, Alfonso. I love your music. But you have it. That is the best thing. Yeah. Nowadays, well, now that vinyl's coming back, kids are probably going to get that same excitement for a little while. But 20 years ago, I got something square and this thick, and I'm like, oh, yay, I got a calendar. You automatically know what year it's going to be. You just don't know what pictures are on it. So yeah, what I need to do is slow down. I found it once. I didn't bookmark it though. The adapter for your VHF player. Then we'll go from that to your computer to save, because I got all the boys' stuff on VHS. Because they're born in the 88 and 91. So I lost a lot of my records during that during the days of Tipper Gore. Mother bought into that bullshit. Well, it's satanic. You can't listen to this. Yeah. So I think I forget what I have. I kept some. I doubled them up in the covers so that they wouldn't get found out. Like 2112. Rush's 2112 was doubled up into something. I got the Scorpion album cover. It's back to it now, but I've got the first pressing of the Scorpion album cover where the gal's getting a Scorpion tattoo. For Love at First Sting. The inside jacket cover was just all of them standing there, and they ended up re-releasing it with the outside being the inside jacket cover of just them standing there. And then I think I saw it, I forget how many years later, they went back to the original cover. So yeah, it is. And it's all tuned to allegedly not 432, but gotta make sure this isn't okay. It's just an M class flare. I want to make sure, because my stuff's supposed to be here at 4, but if she's already checked out, that means the stuff I wanted that was supposed to be cold is going to be warm. But it can be warm anyway. I mean, it's not going to go bad. Was it 441? Something like that. Hertz. Allegedly, the church changed the sounds. There's an app you can get, and it can change your music to 432. And If I don't have a lot of music on my phone because it's all pictures on my phone. And I listen to a lot of that stuff with the frequencies and the background frequencies while you're listening to, the I I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce it. I don't know, whatever that is. Frequencies. So that kind of goes with the soft music, and you got that in the background, whatever they're called. But I'll listen to that. Um, Sometimes at night I'll listen to the binaural beats. Go to sleep. Okay. But I forget what it was. There's something with the two different pitches that the way it affects your body. Can't remember how that went anymore. I watched some weird random stuff. I got partway through and I got distracted, and I need to finish. Oh yeah, I remember. I think some of them can speak English now, but back when they first started, they couldn't speak English other than what they were singing. But yeah, but I can't remember. I came back from somewhere, and Mom had gone through my record collection, and it was gone. And it was like garbage day, I think. And I was pissed. Yeah, because I had a lot of Rush. I had my brother decided he was going to take over my Boston music, my Boston records. Um, yeah. Oh, awesome. I haven't started a turntable, and it works downstairs, but I don't have a needle. And I don't have, and all my records are in a box in the garage. So I think the only record that's down there is the 45 of Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann's Earth Band. And this was a mind blower to me. I didn't realize it till I actually looked at my 45. That was written by Bruce Springsteen. I was like, wow. So I listen to a lot of hair bands. They talk about, the music that the Gen X listened to. Well, I'm the beginning of Gen X. I'm 66. So I had 70s, late 60s, you know, hair bands. And then, I'm in Washington. Grunge is still played. Hey, Nick, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Grunge is still played frequently on the radio. I mean, it's Washington State. That's where it started. And good Lord, I've been to Aberdeen. I was sitting there because we went through there going to Kalaloch 5 years ago, and I'm like, wow, I can see why Cobain was depressed. This place is awful. It's awful. But my husband's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, I know, a little dark, but yeah, it's like what was it? Flannels and shorts and combat boots, and I'm like going, we had a group of boys in high school. We call them the Four Flannels. That's what they wore, flannels. I love you too, Nick. Grandma. Oh, good Lord. Oh, my goodness. I daughter sold my Doc Martin boots. I traded her because they really didn't fit her very well. She had some Chuck Taylors, Black Sabbath Chuck Taylors. And on the side it says, "We sold our soul for rock and roll." And so, I don't know. Yep, I know. It's sad. So I got the sneakers, and I still got them. And I forget how much she sold them for, but I said these are the ones that are made in England. These are official Doc Martens. I still got my Doc Marten shoes. I wore those to work. They were comfortable. Oh God, I loved them. Yeah. Cobain allegedly took himself out. Cornell, and then what is his name from Alice in Chains? He was murdered. Yeah. What is it? Matt Grohl's the Foo Fighters now. So I mean, at least I know those two left from Nirvana kept going, and one got into politics. I don't know how deep he got into it, but yeah. Great soundtrack. It's called Singles. It was a movie with what is it? Bridget Fonda and Matt Dillon, and Eddie Vedder was in it. But fabulous soundtrack if you like the old grunge Seattle music. It's great. Yeah, but I had the first pressings of like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, and my son discovered them. So I lost those. Like, where'd it go? I don't know. It was in my locker. So, yeah. But I was more like, the girls, most girls were like into Madonna or what was it? Tiffany or Debbie Gibson, stuff like that. Me? No. Van Halen, Rat, Crocus, Dokken. Especially when Godsmack came out. Yeah, Soundgarden was good, and then it pretty much became Audio Slave. So yeah, if it was, what was it? Skid Row. I know I like the harder metals, which and then turned into listening to stuff like Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine. No, he did not. And there's rumors of what he was talking about exposing, along with him and Chester from Linkin Park, because of what evidently, allegedly, whatever Chester went through as a young child, and what I don't know if it was from the hands of a relative or a family friend, but yep, that's exactly it. You disappear. And once you put that together of what, allegedly happened, rumors of what happened, and then you start listening to the lyrics of their songs, Linkin Park songs, you're going, oh my God. You're like going, wow. Like, what's his name? And I have it, and I think it's on an external in a Faraday bag, and I don't remember exactly. I have to go through the one I was dumping everything on. That video that Cappy put out, Isaac Cappy put out, and yeah, he got into oh God, yeah, I remember frisbees. Once they got scratched, they were frisbees. But yeah, Ozzy just became, him and Sharon are following that Hollywood thing, and it's not the same anymore. But yeah, a lot of people who, talk about that, they don't want it talked about. Well, I didn't find out until minutes, if not seconds, after mother passed and what happened to her as a kid, which explained a lot of why I got my ass beat when she was mad at other people. I was her punching bag. No. And why I wasn't allowed to wear makeup till I was 16 and why I couldn't do this. And, but yeah. I don't know. Shane McGowan. Why does that sound familiar? As a kid. Uh-huh. Yeah, I just was not into chick music. No. Mm-mm. No. It was like, what is it? One of my first favorite songs was Blue Oyster Cult's Transmaniacon. Strange song to, 7th or 8th grade. And that's what you're listening to. You're listening to Blue Oyster Cult. So, oh, good. It's still not them. Yeah. Just was not. I mean, we did stuff for dance class. We had popular music. We did a jazz dance to Steve Miller Band's Abracadabra. Yeah. So I got to listen to that repeatedly. I was the kid in school when back, I don't know if they still do this nowadays in schools, but you had your homecoming theme. And you got to pick your music. Oh, yes, I loved Heart. Oh, God, I wish they still had that at Mopop. Mopop had what they called the Northwest Passage. And it started from like the 30s and all the musicians from the Pacific Northwest that came through. So, you got Dead Presidents, you got Heart, you've got Rail, you've got Queensryche, you've got, all the way across. It was really, really cool. And then I got rid of it. Shit, what was I saying? It's gone now. It's completely gone. Maybe it's time I should just go. And, I got to start packing for tomorrow because we have to pick up baby girl in town at 9 a.m. So, oh yeah, ZZ Top was good. Now they're just down to 2. So I like listening to the Beastie Boys. I still listen to the Beastie Boys. And Limp Bizkit's got a new song out. It's called Turn It Up, Bitch. Yeah. So I have that on my playlist for driving tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I love you all. I will be back on Monday. And I will have daycare kids again. And I'll have the 5-year-old. Okay, it's just Patriot Supply telling me again that there's a sale. And I can get my survival food at a cheap price. I ended up on this list because I buy my Alexa Pure Breeze for air and my Alexa Pure water cleaner. Yep. Yes. Have a great weekend, everybody. I love you all, and I will be back Monday. Hopefully, I get something accomplished this weekend. I mean, the granddaughter is going to be fun, but I got get stuff done without the kidlets at my ankles. Okay, so Paola, when you catch this on the replay, all my love, Miss Dragon. And I forgot to tell 7th about this. And away we go. Get the right one.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love.